Coming to you from the Deep South, this is the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast. High impact leadership is not reserved for leaders, and it has nothing to do with your position, title, or rank. However, it does have everything to do with your character. It's time to climb to the next level and beyond, personally and professionally. Now, let's start making it happen with your host, Mac Story.
Hello, everyone. This is Mac Story. Thank you for listening to the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast today. Today, I just want to briefly share with you just a small nugget. And what I want you to think about is whenever you listen to my podcast or anyone else's podcast, or whether you're reading books or attending seminars or somewhere else and you're hearing speakers speak, what we say or what we write is important. But what you think about is more important. Don't just take notes. If you're taking notes or making a mental note, don't just take and make notes based on what the other people are saying. That's good. It'll help you remember those things. But what's most important is what you're thinking while you're reading or hearing someone speak. It's your thoughts. Because the thoughts you have are specific and unique to you. You're thinking, how do I take what I'm hearing or reading? What does it mean in my life? That's your thoughts. Those are the ones you need to reflect on later. And ultimately, you need to take action on those thoughts. Or maybe you're busy, and those thoughts are the ones you need to think about and drill down on. How do I move myself forward? Literally. And then do it. Or what does this mean to me? Someone may have just said something interesting to you. Like I often say, it's not what we do at work that gets us ahead the most. It's not what we do at 9 to 5 that can really accelerate and launch us. It's what we do from 5 to 9 when we're not at work. And I say that a lot, and I'm sure people think about it a lot. But do they actually do something? Do they really think about what did Mac just say? But what does that mean to me? What do I do? Do I just do a good job and when I get off, I'm off work and now I'm just hanging out and doing generic things in life? Or do I get off of work and that's when I get focused on creating the future? Just like what I'm doing now. In 2008, I had never heard about leadership development, personal growth. I'd never read a leadership book. I never heard anyone speak like I do today. 10 years later, I've been paid up to $20,000 to speak on leadership development. I have 12 books. I've been paid up to $750 to coach and mentor people to build their own personal development and leadership development brand. I live the life I want today. But all of the things that have happened since 2008, it wasn't because of what I did while I was at work. Yes, I did what a lot of people do. I did a good job, and I took what I was learning and applied it at work. And I even started sharing this leadership development stuff I was learning at work. But that's not when I really accelerated, because everything I was learning about leadership, personal growth and development, listening to audios, listening to podcasts, reading books, attending seminars, all that stuff that launched me to this level and the stuff that's going to now launch me to the next level and beyond. But all of that stuff, all that personal growth and development, it happened when I was not at work. When I was at work, I had to work. No one wanted to pay me to read leadership books or work on my own personal growth and development. But that's exactly what I was doing when I wasn't at work. So that's what I'm saying to you. It's just one example. But focus on how what you're learning applies to you and how you can apply it to get different results. Just like with that little example. If you're not intentional when you're not at work about doing things, it could be a college degree. People don't get college degrees when they're at work. They get them when they're not at work. Some of them people don't even have a job when they go to college, right? But people who do have a job, it also applied to me. I got a college degree, a 4-year degree. It took me about 7, 8 years to get my 4-year degree because I was working 6, 7 days a week, 10, 12, 14, sometimes 16 hours a day. So when I wasn't at work is when I was moving myself forward. So I want you to think about it, wherever you want to be. Maybe you love doing what you're doing, but you want to get paid more, or get a better job within the same company, or get a job in a different company, or move your way up into leadership roles or positions, or support roles. You may want to take some higher level support role. You have to decide. But the key is you've got to get serious about what you're doing when you're not at work. Most people just escape, especially if they don't like their job. They don't go do something to get serious about moving forward. They escape. They do what I used to do before I got intentional. I get off and go drink some beer. I get off and go deer hunting, or I go fishing, or go ride four-wheelers. Just go what I called goofing off on the weekend. Yeah, I was having fun, but if I'd have kept doing that, I'd still be doing the same work that I used to do, and I'd still be miserable sometimes, and I'd still be escaping. And I know this. I've hardly ever in my life met a blue-collar person, regardless of what level they're at, that believes they're getting paid what they're worth. None of us ever believe we're getting paid what we're worth. And most often, that's the truth. But it's not that boss's fault for not paying us what we're worth. It's our fault for not working on ourselves when we're not at work so that we can go get paid what we're worth. Because sometimes today I get paid some ridiculous amount of money to do something, and I think I'm getting paid more than I'm worth. That's the total opposite end of the spectrum. Well, why does that happen? Because I was very intentional about applying myself after work. So that's just another example. Remember, today's talk was really to capture your thoughts, reflect on your thoughts. If you don't have any thoughts, to get intentional, take time to actually think about, what do I need to do when I'm not at work to move myself to the next level and beyond? So I hope you got a nugget or two out of this podcast, this episode. I'll talk to you next time.
Make it happen, or someone else will. It might as well be you. Are you serious about taking your career and your life to the next level and beyond? Check out Mac Story's Blue Collar Leadership Series books and others, now available on audio, along with paperback and ebooks at Amazon, iTunes, and Audible. Please visit bluecollarleadership.com to learn about Mac's books, programs, special offers, certifications, and more. Thank you for listening to the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast.